haven't heard a lot of buzz about the people that really being interested in Sanders. So we take them off of this, we take the Orioles off of this because it appears there's a different style of quarterback that they want. You're really looking at the Las Vegas Raiders in the second round and then the Pittsburgh Steelers. But let's throw it up. We got a long show. Like, how about a team that his dad played for, like the Dallas Cowboys, potentially taking him as a value pick to put behind Dak Prescott? Remember, Dak Prescott has a year or two left on his deal. Maybe Jerry doesn't want to get in the business of paying that big deal. We saw him try to take a flight on Trey Lance. They didn't pay off. So maybe if you're sitting in the second round, because they had success with Dak Prescott was the fourth round pick, maybe they feel like they have the recipe in the formula for Shedeur Sanders.
Could be really interesting. It's a storyline that we will continue to track. Nonetheless, this was a disappointing evening for Shedeur Sanders yesterday. This is him addressing the people that weren't in attendance at his draft party.
We all didn't expect this, of course, but I feel like with God, anything possible, everything possible. I don't feel like this happened, for no reason. All this is of course, fuel to the fire. And under no circumstance, we all know this shouldn't happen. But we understand we're on the bigger and better things. Tomorrow's the day. We're going to be happy regardless. Legendary.
Been watching a lot of our coverage on NFL Network, NFL.com. Can't help but notice the conversation that has been centered around Shedeur Sanders.
Type sheet, type sugar honey iced tea.
Because of what we thought.
Hey, I'm back. I'm back. I ain't gonna be around all night, folks. After I pick, I'm getting off. Yeah, that's it for me. I ain't finna pull a 3-hour session tonight. Y'all about to get y'all questions in early. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Buckles Locker. Subscribe to the channel, like the channel, share all the videos, and don't forget to hit the notification bell icon to notify you on all new videos that's posted on this channel. Shouts out to all the Pirate Sea Bandits. Yeah. The Browns got the UCLA linebacker. You know what I'm talking about? I'm not going to be on here 3 hours this time. Who in the building? You know what I'm saying? Day 2. Live reaction. Buckles Lock. Here we go. Don't start. Do not start. Hillsbury 813, Cody Russell, Brett O'Neal, Styles, Steven, the originals, the Who Dat for Life. You got your popcorn ready, man? Hey, y'all got two tackles, man. 2 young tackles replacing Armstead and Ryan Ramczyk. He retired. You-ish, what's up, man?
Your Cleveland Browns select
What's up, twin?
Carson Swessinger, linebacker, UCLA.
Before we stepped out onto the set, I looked up and I saw Chris Jones-Drew talking about this linebacker. Probably is a UCLA guy.
Yeah, y'all definitely need that O-line, man. Y'all always do that, though. I'll give y'all that. Y'all drafted Cesar Ruiz, Eric McCoy, Trevor Penny, Fuanga. Now you got the other. What's the tackle y'all got?
Yeah, his workout too. It kind of went under the radar because
That dude nice. He would have been good for the Bucks too. Carson Swashinger.
He ran a 4.55. He had a 10.7 broad jump, 39.5.
He would have been good for the Bucks too.
238 pounds.
Perfect.
You know, he had 40 inch vertical at the combine. I got to tell you, he's the most impressive linebacker I saw all year. And it's really not that close. His instincts are incredible. He was on top of plays before.
Yeah, Kelvin Banks. Yeah, this UCLA linebacker would have been perfect. See, Todd Bowles need versatile pieces on defense, and Campbell and Carson Swasinger, you know, Malik Starks, Malachi Starks. These guys would have been perfect for the Bucks defense.
Just packed the stat sheet, bombarded it with numbers, and really instinctive, really fun to watch.
So the Houston Texans right now are on the clock. And once again, Cleveland has just selected 2 defensive players now.
What's up with Luther Burton? Luther Burton not getting off the clock, man.
Houston Texans with pick number 34. Keep in mind, this is not exactly where they were slated to be.
The Texans drafted another receiver.
Back into the first round. This is part of that pick. The Giants got Jackson Darts. The Houston Texans.
Well, you always start them at guard. You know, let them work themselves in on the inside. Because you got to get him on the field. You got to get Kelvin Banks on the field. What y'all gonna do with Trevor Penny, man?
And Stephon Diggs, I would like to see him come on board. Yeah, Jaden Higgins is another one. Higgins and Burton, I like a lot. I wonder if Henderson being there is an option to pair with Joe Mixon. I don't think so. You know,
The Bucks gonna draft Luther Burton.
Georgia there, you got some tackles. Be interesting. All right, let's go back to Green Bay.
Swiss cheese. The Bucks gonna draft Luther Burton. Yeah, Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant is on the board. Yeah, Kobe Bryant's there. Will Johnson's there. Owen Daniels, I remember him. James Cooper, what's up? Is Jalen Milroe still there? Oh, he's 6'4"? Good Lord. Wait, they already got Nico Collins.
He is, and he also fits this offense. We'll find out that Nick Haley's a new offensive coordinator, so we'll find out. But you've got a number 1 in Nico Collins. This is, I think, going to be a good number 2. He's got terrific ball skills. He's got size. He's got a lot of size now with Nico Collins and Jaden Higgins. Jaden Higgins is 6'4", 240.
Oh, Jaden Higgins is 6'4".
They can run 4.47 40 and 39-inch vertical, 10-foot, 8-inch broad jump. These are some big numbers. You can see right here. He can get up, get your little side. And that's when he's much younger as a basketball player. So he's very explosive. He has strong hands. And the thing that really kind of stood out to me is that he played like a big body receiver in college. And so right now, the Texans want 2 big bullies on the outside to win contested catches for C.J. Stroud. And then I think Christian.
Why didn't the Texans draft why didn't they draft the O-line? They need O-linemen. Larry and Tunsil gone. They got Titus Howard.
Tennessee Titans were on the clock. It is no longer their pick. In fact, a little trade actually presented by Novartis and Mike Garafolo, letting us know what went down. The Seahawks traded 52 and the Indians for 35. So you have the player who is on that.
I bet it's wide receiver because I heard they like Ted McMillan in the first round, and they also need a guard. So I'll bet you Luther Burton.
We'll find out.
Seattle just traded. Yeah, Trevor Penny, man. Y'all didn't pick up his 5th-year option. You know what's so crazy? The Bucks had trade offers to trade back and probably grab another 3rd rounder. But for some strange reason, they didn't want to do it.
Number 3, double color bomb.
The Bucks could have picked up an extra 3rd round pick.
Download now.
Why did we choose Erie Home?
We needed a roof that's as lasting as our family legacy. So we went to ErieHome.com.
They replaced our old roof with a beautiful metal shingle roof.
It can take anything that nature throws at it. And with a lifetime warranty, we know that we won't have to worry about our home being ready for the next generation.
And the one after that.
And right now, replace your roof for no money down. Schedule your home visit today at ErieHome.com.
Erie Home. My skin, she gets thirsty.
And Venus gets it. So when I shave, it's the new Venus Moisture Glow. It's got 5 braids and bars with a touch of argan oil that lock in moisture. Feel the power of smooth. My skin, my way. Venus.
I'm the guy sitting next to your girl in the kiss cam.
This game has got a lot more interesting.
The Bucks could have picked up another 3rd round pick if they would have traded back. They probably could have got a 2nd round pick too by trading back. Teams wanted to go to 19, and Jason Light was like, "Nah, we're gonna get Enegba." So the Bucks could have got it. Still had a 1st round pick. Probably would have had 2 seconds and 2 fourths. And you could have said we could have used our picks that we traded for to go back into the 2nd round. So you would have had 2 2s and 2 4s probably. So you could have drafted somebody in the 2nd round, and then with that second round pick and that 4th round pick, come back into the 2nd round and get 2 2nd round picks again. Like you could have moved up. So if the Bucks would have had 2 2s and 2 4s, a 1st round pick, 2 2s and 2 4s. I'm just hypothetically speaking. The Bucks could have still got a 1st round pick, then turn around and took the 2nd and 4th round pick that you got in the trade, move back into the end of the 1st round, and get another 1st round pick.
That's the site in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Night number 1 was spectacular. We were just underway on day number 2, round 2 of the NFL draft. We've already seen trade go down. And yes, it involves the Seattle Seahawks. We're about to make a pick. It's swap picks with the Tennessee Titans. But before we find out who it is, let's take it back to Green Bay for a very special announcement.
Congratulations, you're on the clock. And tonight, you'll be chosen into an NFL rivalry. A long-standing tradition of intensity, fury, and community. It doesn't matter what pick you are, you'll be bulletin board material to another team and its fans. They'll do everything in their power to take yours. The only thing they'll want more than winning is seeing you not. So lucky family, thank your coach. Then get ready to end up on opposite sides of the ball, the map, and history.
Y'all not gonna like the Seahawks pick.
And you can remind them how much they have to fear. The rivalry. Now go introduce yourself. Let's go!
Oh man, the Seahawks got him, man.
The next rival has been chosen. The Tennessee Titans have traded the 35th pick to the Seattle Seahawks.
Grizzlo, what's up, man?
The 35th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Seattle Seahawks select Nick Emmanwori.
Golly, man. I like him too, man. That's the Cam Chancellor. They want Cam Chancellor again, man. That's McDonald's Cal Hamilton.
People want to make him Cam Chancellor. He's not a pad wrapper like Cam Chancellor is. What he is he's a big explosive athlete who has tremendous speed, can play over the top, has very good ball skills, really good ball skills, as you see right there. And he's not a guy that's going to come downhill and just smash everything in terms of as a hitter, but he can if he dials it up a little bit. But I think when you look at, there were 2 players that had just crazy athletic testing and traits. It was Shamar Stewart and Nick Emmanwori. So this guy really harkens back to the Cam Chancellor Legion of Boom days. So not only take the Cam Chancellor days, let's think about Mike McDonald where he came from.
Yeah.
The Baltimore Ravens, where he had Kyle Hamilton in the middle of that defense. So another big body playmaker that can live in the box. He can thump with the big boys on the run game, but he can play in the deep middle, like I said, a field.
Yep, that's his Justin Hamilton.
Mike McDonald has a nice traffic job to put in the middle of the defense.
highest drafted safety for the Seahawks is Earl Thomas back in 2010. Just for the history of buffs out there, first year for Pete Carroll, who obviously is no longer with the organization as the head coach of the Vegas Raiders. Now, clearly this week, Brian Lance, if I'm not mistaken, I'm sure correctly, the second on your best.
We need versatile players, man, on defense.
So this guy,
He would have been really good against. He would have been really good next to Winfield Jr. See, we got a small safety group. We need some big safeties, man. Like we need a big safety next to Winfield Jr. Oh, Cleveland got another running back. All right, that's Nick Chubb time. Your time is up, buddy.
Jack Thomas in the crowd. It's going to give you a little help here with the your Cleveland Browns.
Judkins, running back, Ohio State.
ooh, but you actually thought there was a chance he might even find his way into the first round.
Look, I thought he and Trayvon Henderson had an opportunity to get there. He's a big body guy at the bank. If we think about what they had, which they're trying to replace someone who can do heavy work, 220 pounds, physical with the ball in his hands, has big playability, might be that workhorse they've been looking for a long time.
Time for FedEx Air and Ground Players to Watch, presented by FedEx. All right, take me through what's maybe the most important +1 that he does have.
Well, if you want to look at it, it's going to be his ability to control the line of scrimmage as a runner. He is a physical. We talk about it a lot of times with the trenches. What I think is it's that physical style. He can really get between tackles and impose his will. Where Travion Henderson was the lightning, he is the thunder without question. So Quinshon Judkins to me reminds me of a little tighter hit version of Joe Mixon, because when he comes, he's gonna bring some funk behind his pads, and he's not afraid to play physically. Good in the red zone in terms of scoring from short yardage. But like I said, he's a tone setter for today's NFL with really good size.
All right, just for context here, because I think some fans might be saying, well, Nick Chubb, what's his future with this organization? Moments ago, Ian Rappaport just putting out on social media, this does not necessarily mean Chubb's tenure in Cleveland is over. Both sides has agreed some dialogue, so that door is open. So once again, and look, we've talked about depth and that running back room across the board in the NFL. Nice to have a stuff like this come down your back.
Well, Nick Chubb, your time has come to an end. Surprised the Cleveland Browns didn't draft Shedeur Sanders, though. I mean, Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett. Why?
They traded back. They got Mason Graham. They passed on Travis Hunter. We're going to see how that goes. And of course, your squad, Jacksonville, gave up a lot. The general manager came out and said, "I'm not afraid to use those picks." He didn't use that exact phrase. I saw the press conference, but interesting that they went with Quinshon Judkins over Travion Henderson.
If you're a Cleveland fan, what should you be thinking through these first couple selections now? You feel positive?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The strength of this draft is in the middle. It was in rounds 2 through 4. And I think they've done a nice job. Basically, they picked the Thunder instead of the Lightning. Judkins over Travion Henderson here, which is fine. He's more of a 18 to 20 carry back. That's what he does. What I think is interesting, though, and I really love Carson's selection, by the way. What I think is interesting, though, is that there was a lot of talk about Travion Henderson and the Jahmyr Gibbs effect and what that would mean. That's why Henderson could get the bump into the first round. But there's one Jahmyr Gibbs. And I think what teams are saying is we like Henderson, but let's not go so far as to call him the next Jahmyr Gibbs. There's one Jahmyr Gibbs. And so now we have, 3 backs off the board in front of Henderson, where we thought he would be the third one off the back. So interesting. I like Judkins.
So the Browns got Mason Graham and the linebacker, and then the running back.
They obviously stuck and stayed where they were. On round number 2, pick 37, it was supposed to be the Raiders making the selection, but the Miami Dolphins now officially on the clock. So here's a closer look. And yes, the Raiders will trade the Dolphins and will pick 37. Thanks, Ian Rappaport.
The Raiders traded with the Dolphins. The Dolphins picking 37.
Tell me, guys, does it make sense for Miami at this point to focus in on one side of the football? Either it's offense or defense?
I mean, look, there's so many different ways to go. I would think that they would have an opportunity tweak that offensive line, continue to work on it. I know
They need a guard then.
I know they talked about Paul playing on the outside, but they need someone on the inside that can certainly help.
Also, Jalen Ramsey, Jetty, they could look at a cornerback as well. So
A couple different directions they could go.
Kenneth Grant for the selection at 13. We'll find out who it is at 37.
Welcome, Dolphins fullback.
You got to go with the trenches, man.
Walter Payton Man of the Year nominee and University of Wisconsin alum, Alec Ingold.
All right, we got a trade. We got a trade here. The Los
I saw a stat a couple weeks ago. Did you know
With that being said, the 37th
Tua Tagovailoa?
25 NFL draft, the Miami Dolphins select Jonah.
Guess who? It was talking about a stat with quarterbacks with I'm gonna remember the stat. It was two categories that had Tua Tagovailoa and Baker Mayfield in number 1 and number 2 in both categories, in both stats, right? I think one of the stats was yards after the catch and completion percentage. It was something about like throws under like 5 yards and like completion percent. It was something like that. But Tua Tagovailoa and Baker Mayfield was like right there next to each other. Like it was like the percentage of yards after the throws. I couldn't believe it.
To take a tackle experience and then move them down inside the guard because typically they're going to be better passes. He's just doing really quick guys and those sub passes.
I couldn't believe it.
Pass rushers, then you got a heavy-handed guard that understands that.
Baker Mayfield and Tua Tagovailoa was number 1 and number 2 in short throws and yak yards for yak, percentage yards up for yak.
So the selection officially for the Miami Dolphins. They get a little help on that offensive line. On night number 1, the New England Patriots, pick number 4, Will Campbell was the selection. They're on the clock at 38 with the selection. It is still to come here on Draft Center, presented by FedEx.
And what's so crazy for the Bucks knees, like the knees for the Bucks right now, still like it was in the first round, linebacker, cornerback, edge, and O-line, which is the left guard. Let that sink in for a second.
Credit to the people.
What up, Aaron Amos? Yeah, I couldn't believe it. Baker Mayfield was right next to Tua Tagovailoa in short yard throws and the amount of yards that was yak and the amount of the percentage of throws that was short. I could not believe it. And Baker Mayfield had a good season last year, but I could not believe the amount of throws that were short and the amount of yards that were yak. Yeah, I was so blown, man. I was like, wow. Yeah, I was blown, man.
Were you embarrassed because he was singing to you in front of all those people, or did you like it?
Oh God, I loved it. I was speechless. I was embarrassed. I was just like, I
Back here on Draft Center, while we Lance Zerline, Bucky Brooks and Marky Appleton. This kid's been good in that. We saw it yesterday, and a little bit of buzz. The LSU tackle, Will Campbell, was taken 4th overall. Fans, I don't know, sometimes you kind of want the sexy pick that's out there. This is an important selection for the New England Patriots guys. And right now, in round number 2, pick 38, they're on the clock. Speculation on a focus here. This thing is
best available playoff caliber talent. So you don't get too clever. You just lose every reward player. I mean, Luther Burden would be great, personally, for me to have with. They can use Mike Green. They need a rusher, so they can use Mike Green if he's on their board. Luther Burden if he's on their board. Help. He's a young quarterback. Right now, I think you have to kind of start focusing on rush or helping your quarterback. One or the other. Either get your rush, help your quarterback. They handled their tackle yesterday, so those are the two most pressing needs. And the playmaker like was a really good help. Think about Stephon Diggs coming on board, but having another playmaker that can do it. Short passes in the big game. I'm all over the board. Easy Araku also is another pass rusher to mention along with Mike Green. Back to Green Bay, yeah.
The needs for the Bucs is cornerback, safety, edge, O-line. It's still the same needs that it was yesterday.
To help make the New England Patriots selection, we are honored to have with us Special Olympic athletes Xavier Goff and Unified Sports partner Reed Turner. Both are Unified Flag football teammates from Special Olympics. Reed, Xavier. Special Olympics is one of the league's 60 community partners funded.
Oh, the Patriots got a running back.
The NFL and Special Olympics team up to provide opportunities for athletes of all ages and abilities to get active in unified flag football. This allows individuals with and without intellectual disabilities to play on the same team. Xavier, Brady, you got the save.
With the 38th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the New England Patriots select
Travion Henderson, running back, Ohio State.
Top of the board, right? Just go get the best guy on the board. It's probably Travion Henderson here. We spent some time talking about him in Bucky, but what's the best way to help your quarterback? We were talking about Luther Bird, but it needed to be somebody who could create some plays for you. And we're seeing this is a common theme right now in this draft. Young quarterbacks get offensive help to make their jobs a little bit easier. And Travion Henderson should be that kind of a player.
Yeah, it's the easy pick.
Oh, I got the mom and dad next to him. Got the pop. See how it works? When you can tell the disciplined kids. You can tell. They got that pop right next to them. All that extra stuff, man. Like, nah, most kids that got that pop right there, man, they don't do all that extra stuff, man.
He does a lot of things well. And when you go back and think about Josh McDaniels and the offense that the Patriots have run, they've always had a Kevin Falk type, someone that can do a bunch of different things. They can run it, they can get out on third down, they can win those one-on-one matchups on option routes in the screen game. He gives them that, but with more pop. I love the fit in this offense because you talk about Ramondre Stevenson being able to be the big banger, the heavy workload guy. But now Travion Henderson changes it up, gives you maybe 10, 12 carries, gives you some catches, big plays down the half when he's on the field. He's track guy. He's got track speed. It's real speed, 4.43 40. But it's not just that. But you know about this. The 110 meters, are we 100 meters? Is this what we are? Oh, yeah. Okay, that's one number right there. Yeah, you saw it. And you saw it right there. He's got that kind of long speed. Dynamic runner, explosive playmaker. And you saw him on third down now. He is Daniel Jeremiah. Don't get him started on pass protection because this is his favorite guy to talk about. And with good reason. He steps up and really plants people. When you see running,
I love seeing these guys next to their pops, man, because it just makes me proud. Like the pops was there, man. Like pops, you know what I'm saying? The uncles, They in these kids' lives, man. Like they need a strong male figure consistently because these FNs and YNs, man, they ain't got no dads. These fake rappers.
So when you look at what the Bears and the road that they were able to haul in to that selection, this is a part of that equation.
Yeah, part of the equation. And it's an opportunity for Ben Johnson to continue to add more pieces to his offense. But we want to see the fun Bears. We haven't seen the fun Bears on offense. They're not fun to play with on the video game. Well, now they have some more weapons. Loveland being a tight end, you got all the weapons on the outside.
Man, the Bears got a lot of weapons, man.
I think they'd love to get left tackle. It just isn't a great left tackle. That's the problem here is Ursery from Minnesota. You know, he's a left tackle. He could be a pick here if they want to give Braxton Jones some competition over there on the left side. They can use another pass rusher. That's something that the Bears have been putting out there that they like some rush. There's some rush, obviously, in terms of the best players available. So they've got a few different directions. There's some good players on the board here. Are they going to go on offense again and help their quarterback? Or are they going to go the Philadelphia method and say, rush the quarterback and let's win games with our defense?
I don't want to play the second guess game, but since we have a few moments, let's play it. The Chicago Bears, I made reference to it. They take Loveland. Surprised that they didn't go with Warren. They had options either one of those.
They had options either way, but most coaches, when they have new coaches, they tend to kind of reminisce and fall in love with what they had. So when you think about who's closer to Sam LaPorta, Loveland's game was close to Sam LaPorta. And because Ben Johnson knows how to operate with that kind of tight end, it makes sense for him to get tight end.
Boy, the Bears just keep drafting offense, huh? They really trying to get that offense right.
So that makes perfect sense. I didn't really put that together. The 2 and 2. Bucky's always, he's like the main.
Caleb Williams ain't got no excuses, man. Jesus Christ, man. Another offensive weapon?
Hey, what's it like? You make reference to Coach Johnson. He's in there, gets this opportunity in the draft room. Look, it's day 2 now. He's already done day number 1. Like, take me through like the emotions and thought process.
Well, the thought process is when you still second or right when you start.
Yep, and Emekba's father was there too. I love seeing that, man. Yeah, no, dads matter, man. A good role model is your dad. If he's not in the streets, if he's a working dad, or he's a businessman, don't have a bad background, he does what he's supposed to do, take care of the family. Most sons are going to look up to their dad, and they're going to want to make their dad proud. There's White.
Simmer down. With the 39th pick at the 2025 NFL Draft, the 2025 NFC North champions, Chicago Bears, select Luther Burden III. Wide receiver.
Another receiver.
Congratulations, young man. Bear down.
Oh, Luther Burden, there he is, the kid out of Mizzou, going to Chicago. Keep in mind, we're going to talk more about the Bears in just a moment because they picked just 2 more selections at 41. But this was big time.
Oh, Lord.
Stop talking about that.
Come on, man. Why these dudes want to be rappers? His dad right next to him. What you doing, Pops? He want to be a rapper. Come on, man. Got the chains on, man. The ring, like the glasses on. It's all the same look. All these kids look up to rappers, man. Street dudes and rappers, man. Why do you look up to those guys?
He makes it happen, but this is why everyone gets excited. You talk about being able to get in and out of breaks, make it happen with the ball in his hands. Luther Burden is special.
Lance, give me the player comparison presented by Accenture.
I think it's Jaden Reed. They both have that yards after catch ability to wiggle. They're quick accelerators, both. I think one of the reasons that Burden was hurt a little bit in people's mind in terms of their perception of production is he is such a quick, they hit him with a bunch of quick hitches and things like that. And so he didn't have a chance to get vertical. But what he does after the catch is very similar with Jaden Reed. They're both very, very competitive, highly competitive players who are even more competitive if possible with the ball in their hands. Now, Luther Burden, the thing that really stands out to me is when the ball goes in the air, I think people are sleeping on his ball winning ability.
in the air. You had to get past all the short throws. I went and looked at all the intermediate targets and deep targets because you have to look at 2 years of those to get enough in your repertoire. And when I watched him, I thought he was the best wide receiver in this draft, not named Travis Hunter. So to me, this is a real steal here.
The Saints can draft Shedeur Sanders. They need.
I think there's a perception that maybe he can be a little tough to deal with in the background, but I just know you got a 5-star athlete with 5-star talent, and you just gave your quarterback a really good playmaker over there to go with Rome Odunze. So you got a big bully, and you got another one that can separate and win.
And you're different styles. So they had basketball team. Basketball team able to get it done in a variety of ways. Caleb Williams has more than enough offense at his disposal to be able to get it.
We showed the draft room for the Chicago Bears a little muted because they're on the clock in just a couple of moments here. The Saints currently pick number 40. 41 is the Chicago Bears. So get right back to work. We'll talk more about Chicago in just a moment. Can I just throw this out there? Because yesterday on rounds number 1 at 9, I thought that might be a landing spot for a quarterback.
Oh,
the Saints didn't.
That ain't the one that we talked about, though.
Okay, so but not.
That's not even the one that we normally talk about. I don't think this is a spot that you're saying.
Okay.
I think this is more of a Tyler Shutt spot. Given one maybe a Jalen Milroe spot. If you're looking at Kellen Moore in the history, I think those guys are more they fit into the talent, more their sweet tooth than should.
Explain that to me, because when I watch Jalen Milroe, he doesn't look like Tyler Shutt out there.
He's a trick. He's a tricky one. I think anyone who drafts him has a plan for him.
Yeah, and the only reason I would say him potentially being there, like both quarterbacks, one, if they're trying to lean into what they had in Jalen Hurts, he wants to go full. Hey, look, we did this in Philadelphia.
Oh wow, the Saints drafted Tyler. What's going on here, man?
That might be Tyler Shutt.
Is Shedeur might fall to the 3rd round?
But quarterback, nonetheless, could be the fit here. Obviously,
what?
Derek Carr and his help. If it's not quarterback, Lance is there.
Oh my gosh, who that? Who that for life? What you think about that quarterback, man?
So they got their tackle. They need rush. Cam Jordan's getting older, so they need rush. Now, do they want a smaller rusher or do they want a bigger rusher? I think that's going to be the real key here. But you still have some rush on the board. And
they went with that guy? Oh man,
it's a very deep position, but once it starts, it runs going to start.
That's a weird pick, man. Derek Carr. So the reports, the Saints been looking at this quarterback for the last 2 months.
All right, look,
25 years old already.
He's healthy. You see, 25 years old though for a college quarterback who felt like he played a decade at the NCAA level.
That's not good.
But Willie Nicholas, the buzz coming out of the Super Bowl with this guy can play.
Yeah, there's no doubt. There's no doubt about his talent. Like when you saw him,
are you serious?
Oregon and Texas Tech and Louisville.
He played for 3 teams: Oregon, Texas Tech, and Louisville in college. This is not going to turn out well for them.
It is lined up, and it's one of those things that you talked about when you watch him on tape in Louisville, when he's lined up, protected. He can do a lot of things, and he's athletic enough to get it done. But 7-year player.
7 years.
He should have a level of success in college. He played for 7 years, and the injuries are concerned. 3 seasons with season injuries. It can work, but you got to call a spade a spade. Like he has been off injured. He's played a ton in college. I mean, he's been around a ton.
It's going to be really tricky with him because there are times he does this. Like his arm talent is really spectacular. He and Cam Ward, when it comes to pro traits, Bucky mentioned this. It's Cam Ward and Tyler Shutt. Arm talent, arm strength.
7-year college player, man. 3 teams. Injury prone.
And the thing that really concerns me on the pro level is that when the pocket gets a little muddy, when the pocket gets a little bit noisy, he tends to lose his poise at times, and he's not the smartest scrambler or the most effective scrambler, I should say. That bothers me because in the NFL, one of the things you have to have is poise. But when he's got a clean pocket, he can carve people up. There's no question. So things need to be right with him.
Okay.
He got to have a clean pocket to be successful. That's not how it works in the NFL.
You say to yourself, how does he protect himself as a quarterback? Did anything flash for you guys that explains so?
Well, 2 collarbone injuries. So that's what you start with for one. That's a good question. I never really thought about it. I mean, I want you to sit in and be willing to take a hit to deliver the ball. That's one thing you have to think about.
A 25-year-old, 7-year college player.
I'm a little jittery sometimes. With some of the poise stuff I talked about, we got 3 season-ending injuries in his background. He came in, Bucky, at the same time as Trevor Lawrence into college.
He was, and I know him well because he originally was a North Carolina commit. That got a commitment with the Oregon. That's Oregon. That's the starting one right there. Started for a little bit. And then I mean, like everybody doesn't want to go and get a great degree, but he came, he went to Oregon, was beat out by Anthony Brown. No chance. Oh yeah, he also made his way to Texas Tech.
He got beat up by Anthony Brown.
Wow, the quarterback at Louisville was able to take him, unlock him. We saw some fascinating things on tape. Now it's about can he get it done?
That pick suck.
Which is why he's a pick right now.
And look, the Saints, they're no stranger to picking quarterbacks in the NFL draft. You look at the last couple of years here, 4 of the last 5 they've taken a quarterback. We're talking about Jake Haener, Spencer Rattler, a couple of those guys are Senior Bowl MVPs, nonetheless. Also,
They keep bringing them in. I mean, they get one start, so
and
that's what you should do.
At some point,
it's easy to get one.
Yeah, this is an interesting year. I mentioned this yesterday. I mean, 6 quarterbacks in the last 10 years have been drafted in the second round. We had our first one come off the board. And only one has made a Pro Bowl. The only one, yeah, and the rest have been complete non-factors. So it will be interesting if we see a second one or even a third one in this round. And I think we will see a second one.
Yesterday, you told me we don't see a ton of second-round quarterbacks. We're seeing maybe that's a bad sign for
Well, historically it is, but this is a little different here because it's not the high-end talent.
Sure.
So we could see, like I said, we could see as many as 3.
Just saw the news trickle in, and I think we even showed the graphic there. The Bills are now on the clock. I said it was going to be the Chicago Bears. We did see a trade. So once again, we talked about a Buffalo squad. We have the details of what we do. Trade 56, 62, 119 to Chicago for 41, 72, and 240. Kind of beefy. Look at some of these numbers here, but
Come on, Jason Light. You can get some picks too, man.
Bills at 30 yesterday. Last night they won with the Kentucky Maxwell Hairston. Obvious selection here.
Well, something that struck my mind. I put a note in my phone because I heard their general manager talking about it a couple weeks ago. He talked about getting a big defensive tackle, a big body in the middle of their defense is one of the things they wanted to focus on. Darius Alexander from Toledo, would be, I think, a good fit to put next to Ed Oliver. But he's also he's not just a big drain clogger. He's a guy that has some athletic ability as well. Josh Farmer would be a fantastic, big fit frame body there. But I think that he lasts until the 3rd round, maybe even early 4th. So Darius Alexander wouldn't shock me since the general manager kind of talked about the fact that they wanted to get a defensive tackle. If maybe he was the guy. Because there's not a lot right here at this spot. We're going to have another defensive tackle run coming up soon. TJ Sanders is another name, but he's not a big body. So this could be a defensive tackle because it is a big need.
Yeah, because look, you also have to look at some of the additions that this team had. If you thought it was wide receiver, Josh Palmer comes in with a Christian Oakle. I know Bucky's seen up close and personal there. Joey Bosa, who's on that defensive line. It feels like they've made some additions already in the offseason, which gives them some flexibility here. There's clearly a guy that they like to move up.
Typically what happens is there's a cluster of players on your board. You're saying if they look close enough, people can go get them. So there's somebody that will stand out on the board like a blinking light. Hey man, you gotta go get his guys close.
Oh, TJ Sanders.
Yeah, what about
D tackle.
from TCU? He feels like he'd be a really interesting fit with Josh Allen. He catches everything. He's just not a big separator. He's also, a lot of people think he's only going to be a slot.
Yeah, they got a decent Felix. They got a defensive tackle.
Please welcome NFL legend and Wisconsin Badger alum, Lee Evans.
Good pick. Good pick, TJ Sanders. Next to Ed Oliver.
The Chicago Bears have traded the 41st pick to the Buffalo Bills.
first pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Buffalo Bills select T.J. Sanders, defensive tackle, South Carolina.
Nate checked it. Defensive tackle is a position they needed. He is a really talented defensive tackle. You see 290.
Yo, did y'all know Derek Harmon's mom passed away right after he got drafted? The Steelers D tackle Derek Harmon from Oregon, right after he got drafted, his mom passed away.
And that's what I like about it. His hands are so quick that to be able to get rid of blocks quickly is an art form. Not everyone has it. You got to be a little twitchy in your upper body. When I saw him down on the floor of the combine, one of the things that stood out when he was with the other defensive tackles is he looks the part. He has a good body type. Bucky, that's something you guys scouts when you hit the road, on the hook look, how guys look. It's one thing to watch him on tape. It's another when you see him in person, you say, oh, man, this guy looks like a dude. He does look like a dude. He's stout and sturdy. More importantly, he fits it. But you have to understand, Sanders doesn't want to blue collar. He's just a blue collar worker to get from that.
What's fascinating to me is we're seeing some of the film of Sanders. Yesterday, when we were doing our show, well, you guys felt like in the first round, you might see Buffalo go running back. That didn't happen. Then all of a sudden, you see a run through. Two running backs early in round number 2. And maybe Buffalo said, you know what, let's move up. If we did, make sure we get our guy. Jets are on the clock. This question is next.
That's crazy. Right after his mom, right after he got drafted, man.
From Frenchies to labs to poodles and more. That's why Royal Canin makes over 60 breed-specific formulas.
So after he got drafted, he went to the hospital and told his mom that he got drafted, and then she passed away.
Royal Canin large bags. PetSmart. Anything for pets.
The combo meal change could even DK. With so many options, I play my way.
Rising my say no compromise.
Winning big time because it's free to swap prize.
Having your way.
Okay, guys. Camera starts in 5.
One sec, just got Hims real quick. Hims? Yeah, Hims. Hims too.
Hims 38. Always looks for me.
Hims are right now. So simple, so convenient. Weight loss by Hims, boys. You gotta get on it, son. For care that's doctor trusted, convenient, and personalized, it started today at Hims.com.
Thrive Cosmetics Lifted Lash Extensions Mascara gives you the look of professional lash extensions. Whether your daily routine is less is more or more is more. Our award-winning formula dramatically lengthens and strengthens lashes with all-day staying power and will plump, flake, or smudge. 100% vegan, cruelty-free, and packed with good-for-you ingredients that support healthier, longer-looking lashes. It's no surprise it has over 275,000 five-star reviews. Plus, for every product you purchase, we donate to help communities thrive. Join our movement today at thriveCosmetics.com.
Why did we choose Erie Home?
We needed a roof that's as lasting as our family legacy. So we went to ErieHome.com.
They replaced our old roof with a beautiful metal shingle roof.
It can take anything that nature throws at it. And with a lifetime warranty, we know that we won't have to worry about our home being ready for the next generation.
And the one after that.
And right now, replace your roof for no money down. Schedule your home visit today at ErieHome.com.
Erie Home.
Get out, making sure that the guys are ready to look good, feel good. We saw that one. In fact, I felt like every single mock draft that we did on Mock Draft Live had him go into the New York Jets with their first selection, 7th overall. That's exactly how it played out. And off the clock right now, at pick number 42, I got some family and friends that are in New York City. That is where I'm from, and some of them happen to be Jets fans.
How does that work out? Like Jets and Mets, yes.
Yes, I know.
You're the anomaly.
I am.
You're Giants, and that doesn't make sense. You're supposed to be with the Yankees.
No. It could, no, that won't ever happen.
But more like when
I don't feel they need to be associated with him. How about that?
Oh, this
Confident enough. But the point is, though, I think Jets fans.
Oh, the Jets got Mason Taylor?
On like number one, but I think they wanted to see some more flash.
You'll get flashy.
Okay.
This is an easy pick. You look at the roster right now, and I'm looking at Jeremy Ruckert at tight end. I'm looking at Stone Smart, Zach Kuntz, Neil Johnson. Then I take a look at my best available board, Mason Taylor, right there. Jason Taylor's son, the nephew of one Zach Thomas as well.
He could wear Daddy Gold jersey. He might be one that he used to swing into
Mason Taylor going to the Jets.
The couple of people that he had for the year. Forgot about that.
All right, so you called your shot. You said it's going to be one of these tight ends. We'll find out if the Jets pull the trigger on it.
I'm a dog. I'm a mutt.
New York Jets selection. Please welcome NFL legend, two-time first-team All-Pro, and five-time Pro Bowler, John Abraham.
With the 42nd pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Mason Taylor, tight end, LSU.
Take the victory lap, Lance.
Well, yeah, he's man, he's a good player. I like Mason Taylor a lot. I think Mason Taylor had first round. I mentioned it yesterday, right at the end of the show with Kansas City. Like, wouldn't that be an interesting one? Because he's a guy that I think is ascending right now, and he runs pretty well, but I think he plays faster than he runs. He's very polished in terms of his routes. He finds those arms, as you can see right here, and he's quick to pluck, tuck, and go. So there's not a lot of messing around. He's going to jack you up. He's got the tracking and the hands as you move down the field. It's tough to catch good contact. I think the future, he's an average blocker, but he's more of a move blocker than a wide tight end. I think he is a very good weapon to put there with Justin Fields. Justin Fields is the quarterback of the future.
The 49ers went D-line again.
Contract right now, but give him a legitimate shot. I think Mason Taylor helps give him that shot along with the Garrett Wilson.
Now I'm watching NFL Network. I got NFL Network on my tablet and I got it on TV. Their actual their tracker is a little fast versus the TV.
With the 43rd pick in the 2025 class, the 49ers select Alfred Collins, D tackle, Texas.
Type. We talked about it yesterday. San Francisco has a type 6'5", 332 pounds, 34 and 5/8 arms. These are extremely long arms. He has a big body. You look at the history of Lynch and San Francisco 49ers, this is the size that they draft for the defensive line. The question on Collins is going to be what weight does he play at? The weight got a little bit high on him. I thought he was better in 23. He was quicker when he was lighter in 2023. But there's no question that Alfred Collins can be a major factor.
Texas D lineman, Jesus Christ.
Odd front looks is a 5 technique. He can get his even front looks as a taller 3 technique. He can rush. He's got the ability to read and react at the point of attack. He's got ability. He didn't test great lucky. He's not very explosive at a short jump. His weight got a little high at 332 pounds. I think those are the things that the Niners are going to want to keep an eye on.
You don't want to keep an eye on all of those things, but what he does is their profile. He is a big physical sucker. The Niners kind of pride themselves in bullying all day. He gives them more of that firepower to punch attack so they can hurt them well on the ball.
And it signals a huge issue. The Niners are making it clear they've got to get better on defense. 11th overall.
Oh, did the Cowboys get your door? Oh no. Yes, the Niners stay getting D linemen, man. They stay getting in the trenches, man.
That tangy smokehouse barbecue sauce paired perfectly with that original filet. And that brown sugar bacon Man, I'm getting hungry.
Real guests paid for their testimonial.
This combo deal's got combinations. Make this thing your own creation. Entree, drink, and choice of size. Oh, and a screen to swap fries. Okay, have it your way. Yeah,
What part did Jacob grab you both from me?
You're gonna love this.
shit.
This
We're
may be
doing
one
a
of my
rock.
favorite patio finds ever. These Solid Rock speakers are amazing. They're Bluetooth and can be linked up together. Just place these wireless speakers around your home and enjoy. You're gonna love this Amazon.
Greatness deserves greatness. Hotel Tonight. How savvy travelers find deals on great hotels. Overpacking is a sign of weakness. Hotel Tonight. How savvy travelers find deals on great hotels.
Can you outsmart your friends? Let Words with Friends 2 sharpen your brain while you play against Word Masters in Solo Challenge. Give the daily word wheel a spin to win special prizes. Clear weekly challenges to earn badges and rewards, all while tracking your achievements on the progress map. Pretty soon, you'll be ready to take on friends, family, and great opponents from around the world. Download and play Words with Friends 2 now. May the best friend win.
Back here on Draft Center, presented by FedEx, Bucky Brooks, Lance Zerline, and Mike Yam with you.
Oh, they got an edge rusher. They got the Boston College edge rusher.
44. A couple different ways you could look at this. Try and make a concerted effort to help their team up front. Booker yesterday, Tyler Booker getting drafted.
Justin Boots today. So they was a boot. Justin Boots is really important to me. Jackson got him.
Dang it, man. The Cowboys went trenches. Back to back, first and second round. O-line, D-line. I keep telling y'all this, man. You want to stay competitive, O-line, D-line.
Look, there looks like there's some guys and some excitement here. Position and need guys off the top of the dome, the direction the Dallas Cowboys can go.
They need more blue chip players. Offense, defense, really defense. Look, they lost 10 points.
They could get one right here and find out who it is.
The Dallas Cowboys selection. Please welcome NFL legend, three-time All-Pro, five-time Pro Bowler, and University of Wisconsin alum, Travis Frederick.
Hello, Wisconsin. With the 44th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Dallas Cowboys select Donovan Ezeraku, defensive end, Boston College.
Watched Boston College games a few times this season. Could not take my eyes off of this dude. Continue to make plays.
He got some long arms.
For quarterbacks. Both of you guys thought there was an opportunity for him to maybe be in the first round.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised here, Bucky, because he's kind of a slender guy. Michael Parsons is the biggest guy. He had a couple of edges that are not big edge setters. So what they're doing, obviously, is they're just prioritizing rush. Like, look, we'll figure out the run, but we want guys who can rush and pass it. He's one of these guys that I feel like
They got him and Mika Parsons on the D-line, man. What's going on here, man?
He can win quickly with his hands. He's got an instinctive feel to his rush. He's got a pretty good lunch pail full of rush moves. So the thing with him is he's just got the speed to beat you, the hands to beat you, and he plays well with his length. He's just not the biggest guy when it comes to stopping the run.
Not a big deal. I heard a podcast with Jeff Alfrey talking. He was talking about Ezeraku back from his Boston College days, how he came in as 205 pounds.
and how he was developed and how he just worked and was relentless in his approach. And now you talk about
Him and Mika Parsons. You know, Cowboys D line. That's a bad matchup for us, man. For whatever reason, I don't know why. Look at the pops. Look at the pops. Anyway, the Cowboys D line is a bad matchup for the Bucks, man.
So the Dallas Cowboys going with a little bit more help on the defensive side. Meanwhile, currently on the clock, the Indianapolis Colts at 45. There was some speculation on which direction this team could go with their first round pick. And it felt like a slam dunk when they grabbed Tyler Warren, the tight end at 14th overall. Now we say, hey.
Oh, another edge gone, man. The Ohio State edge gone. Here come the D lineman. The D lineman flying off the board. Oh, man. If you need an edge, man, you better go get one. Because they flying off the board now. D lineman flying off the board now, man.
But I'm back in Wisconsin. It's always a good time out here, man.
Preventing burnt fingers when you are removing food from the microwave. I love that you can use it for pretty much any dish, and it's dishwasher.
Huge shout out Salem City, man. This is a dream come true. But Cold today, so let's find out who my teammates gonna be, man. Let's go. Let's keep this train rolling on day 2. And with that being said, with the 45th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, my Indianapolis Colts select JT Tuimoloau, DN, Ohio State.
So here comes the help on the defensive side. Sean Taylor's like, yo, I don't want to take my priorities away. Just get me the ball back. This could help. He's one of the guys that went on an absolute tear in the playoffs. 6.5 sacks in 4 games. He's Zach Sawyer. Just wrecked people in the playoffs. You can see it right here. He's very powerful. His game is all about we're going to rock the offensive tackle. We're going to get him moving backwards, and then we're going to just shed. He's a big stack and shed type of edge defender. He likes to set strong edges. He plays for his length. He's got pretty good length, almost 34 arms, but he's rugged. He's a rough. He's somebody who likes to play a rugged brand of football. I know that's what the Colts really like off the edge. You got him over there to quick pay type. Well, that's kind of what you have right now with JTT. Maybe not the same type of athlete, but what he is just a very rugged defender who can have an impact as a bull rusher and as a run defender. Somebody who makes it very hard to turn that edge on. Anyway, there's so many passes in this class. You didn't get a chance to really talk about him. He's a throwback at the classic base since the Colts did their third pick around the corner, it's pick number 1 for the Rams. They traded out of the first round with Atlanta yesterday. They're officially on the clock with pick 46. The Brandon Steve next. Here on Jackson, presented by FedEx.
I got 190. So I'm a technician in the emergency department.
I am switching siding windows.
How much do you make? I make about 25.
Discover Bliss with Cash, a gaming competition app where gaming meets winnings.
I'm a teacher. I'm a teacher.
For the games, take the lead and win the pot. Cash out directly your real cash. And then repeat. Give it a try, it's free.
I'm an event coordinator. Love it. How much do you make?
I make about 80.
I make 70.
I'm a job coordinator for a quartz countertop business. I schedule installs and do quotes.
How much do you make in your role?
I make just under $20 an hour, like $19.95 an hour.
What about you? I work at an art gallery, and I'm a gallery assistant. How much do you make in your role? I make $35,000 a year. I'm a psychotherapist.
I'm a pipe fitter.
How much do you make? Since I'm private practice, I actually make significantly more than I would in like a community mental health center or nonprofit. So I'd say roughly around $80,000 a year.
About 90.
Elijah Rojo, the tight end for Miami. Yeah, we're gonna get a receiver watch or tight end. I'm telling y'all, watch what happens.
Back here on Draft Center, Mike Ham, Bucky Brooks, and Lance Zernline with you. Really, really cool scene. In fact, a lot of our friends work with that Rams organization here in Southern California. Their draft room, so to speak, the LA Fire Air Operations. The hangar that's there. We saw a bunch of players actually spending some time with firefighters. This area is still recovering from the wildfires that wreaked havoc in this entire region. So pretty cool to see Coach McVay and the team around some of these guys trying to uplift this community. What we didn't see yesterday was the Rams making a selection trade out of the first round. The Atlanta Falcons swap.
Oh wow, they got the tight end from Oregon. The Rams got the tight end from Oregon.
There was some speculation. You've actually called it a few times. Like, said, maybe they think about quarterback. The future was behind Matthew Stafford. The reality is that this team was 1 or 2 plays away from making it to the Super Bowl. Not exactly sure what direction to go, but something tells me why not double down and try to help out Stafford in that offense?
Well, their offense is loaded, but you lose Cooper Kupp, and I know they brought you to Admiral back onto a nice 1-year deal. You have Cooper Cooler ready to slide into that number 1 role. Maybe they had another playmaker on the outside. We speculated a wide receiver could be about the first round they trade out. Maybe that's a chance.
Looking at my board, and it looks like edge and cornerback are the next 2 runs. So corner's also a need.
Cool. Let's find out.
The Los Angeles Rams selection. Please welcome NFL legend and 2012 14th overall draft pick, Michael Bradford.
All right. What it do, Green Bay? So first and foremost, I just want to send a huge thank you to all the men and women who serve as our first responders and in our military. Secondly, I want to send a huge shout out to my son, Mikhail. It's his birthday today. He's a draft baby. Let's go. All right, lastly, let's get into this pick. With the 46th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Los Angeles Rams select Terrence Ferguson, tight end, Oregon University.
All right, so we talked about it. Obviously, there's some changes on that offensive side. No more Cooper Kupp. Devontae Adams comes in. We know that Puka Nacua can certainly ball. Ferguson, you see it right there, ideal size.
He's not a bad tight end. He's pretty. He got a little swag to him. Got a Travis Kelce swag to him.
Yeah, he's around earlier than I expected, but he's been a real riser because there's a very clear line of delineation. Once you're going to have, I'm surprised he went ahead of Elijah Arroyo first of all in Miami. But Terrence Ferguson was next up, then Harold Fannin, and then it just really drops off. So right now, obviously, the Rams feel like this is a big need, and it is a need. Clearly, it's one of their top needs. Ferguson can be a tough watch because there times he doesn't play as physical as you want him to, and then there are other times where he's really physical, like with the ball in his hands, he's really, really physical. If he can get it cranked up a little more often as a run blocker, he's got a chance to be a really solid.
He got a little swag to him, man.
I'm a little surprised just with Arroyo and Fannin, like those guys to me are better playmakers than pass catchers, but he's interesting. And as Lance talked about, if he can put it together and have that blocking piece, here's what we have seen from the Rams. Try to hit you for a long time and then the job kind of manning it. He's also more of a flex tight end. Maybe they have a plan right if he utilize Ferguson. All right, let's find out.
Oh, the Cardinals got Will Johnson, man. Man, the Cardinals got Will Johnson. Oh, man.
What's up, Green Bay? And with the 47th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Arizona Cardinals select Will Johnson, defensive back, Michigan. Rise up, Red Sea.
All right, I see you, Arizona. Yeah, I know there's some concerns with the knee injury. Isn't maybe the reason why we're talking about him at pick 47 and not maybe a day one guy?
Right. It's that, and he never went. So there's questions about the speed. He never got to disprove those questions. But the knee, I think, is one of the primary reasons he's still here. I got to tell you though, when it comes to ball skills, he's top of the food chain in this draft, other than Travis Hunter. Will Johnson has tremendous ball skills. He's very instinctive. Once the ball goes up, he has a great feel for getting into the passing lane, getting to the catch point. I think he's a quarterback's quarterback. I mean, you tell me, Bucky. The thing I like about him is that when the ball goes up, like Taylor used to always say, I want my corner. The corner needs to become a receiver when the ball goes up. And you're going to make the catch, and you'll keep the other guy from making the catch where the catch point is. He does that all the time. Now, how are you going to play? You're going to play a lot of zone with him?
Well, when I think about it, James, Jonathan Gannon and the defense that Atlanta put deputies in, what they're doing, Arizona, it is a lot of zone concepts. There's a lot of see ball, get ball. Let's make sure we make plays on the ball.
Dang it. Will Johnson's gone.
Will Johnson is similar physical.
We got pick 53. We coming up.
His vision and break is exactly what you want to see from a cover corner. That is playing offense.
Okay, we do have some details. Some news just coming in. Mike Garafolo reporting it. The Raiders no longer on the clock. He's the Houston Texans.
There's that trade up.
Yeah, trade 58 and 99. That third round pick for the Raiders for pick 48. So there's someone that the Texans didn't think would last 10 selections. Who that player is, we'll find out who that guy is coming up next. Is Lance can wrap his brain and tell us what he thinks.
Estamos hartas de necesitar una receta para conseguir anticonceptivos, hartas de las citas. Presentamos Opio, el primer anticonceptivo diario sin receta aprobado por la FDA y sin los inconvenientes. Opio, sin receta, sin citas, sin inconvenientes.
How I got my dating profile to get non-stop swipes. I just used Facetune's headshots tool. All you have to do is upload your picture to the Facetune app, choose the right vibe, and let it do its magic. It's all about looking your best without the hassle. Perfect for making a great first impression. Ready to impress? Download Facetune and update your dating profile pic with just one tap.
The Texans about to pick.
Back here on Draft Center, along with Bucky Brooks and Ledger, I'm Mike Young with you. It is day number 2 of the NFL Draft in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Day 1 was dramatic. We're seeing some of that drama unfold with a ton of trades here in the early goings of round number 2. The Houston Texans actually were part of one of those deals. They traded out of the first round, and guess what? They now traded up. The Texans didn't make a pick yesterday. They had the 58th overall selection, swapped with the Vegas Raiders. There's a guy at 48 that they really
They got a tackle. That's good. The Minnesota tackle.
This is kind of your home team here. So I know you got kind of close eyes on what they
Yeah, I think they'd like to get offensive line. There's Tate Ratledge, guard out of Georgia. Ariante Esri from Minnesota is a tackle. They have a tendency to draft at least one player they bring in for top 30 business. So I looked here. The one that really caught my eye, Elijah Arroyo. So Terrence Ferguson and Elijah Arroyo, they brought both of those guys in. They're about in the same general area, day two. One of them just went off the board. I wonder if they're getting a little bit gun shy here. Right, and go Elijah Arroyo. So that would be interesting for them to bring in those two day two type tight ends. That would be one. The guard that I just mentioned, the tackle I mentioned, and then Darius Alexander from Toledo, defensive tackle. Those hit the needs.
Oh, Darius Alexander from Toledo. I like him.
You go with one bone. They bring both of those guys in and kind of see how they compete fair against one another. Get a feel for their personality. But when we think about the Texans trying to get C.J. Stroud back to playing at another level, you got to put someone over the middle field. You see the big body pass catchers, Christian Kirk. A tight end will certainly fill the bill.
All right, we'll find out if that is going to be the case. The pick. It's in.
Is that Tommy?
You don't know me, man. You do not know me.
Who's in there?
Hey, I said someone's in here.
Lock the door.
What the fuck? No, go away. Hey,
Those boys in Houston are making moves right now.
The Las
I'll
Vegas
figure out who's in there.
Raiders.
Get the fuck out of here.
Texans. And with the 48th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Houston Texans select Ariana
Someone's in here.
Minnesota.
Someone's in here.
Lance, you said Ursary could be a good fit here.
Someone in there?
Needed a little bit of help on that offense.
Yes. Someone is in here.
Tunsil trade obviously with Washington, the one that's sort of this monstrosity here. So adding a little bit of depth, not the worst strategy.
Yeah, I think Ursary,
Who's in there?
hit the top 30. So here they draft another one that they had
Tommy?
in to their top 30.
No.
They like to
Tommy?
bring guys they're
No,
considered
can I please have some privacy?
It's interesting because
Is that Tommy?
You don't know me, man.
A little
You
bit,
do not know me.
stiff in his lower body.
Hey, I said someone's in here.
Lock the door.
What the fuck? No, go away. Hey,
Which is
stop.
something I always like to
Stop.
look for.
What the fuck is wrong?
Right here, he was,
Trying to figure out who's in there.
You don't know me, so just get the fuck out of here.
But it sounds good. Let's roll it.
This looks like a state team to throw right there. Everything looks good in slow motion without question. I think the thing with Ursary is that he's going to have to really, need to really work on some of the pass pro technique stuff, the sets in terms
My
of
name is
making sure
Ben.
they keep his base steady, they keep his weight back a little bit. But the Texans need
Yes,
to tackle
Ben.
badly.
I am
They
Ben.
got
My
rid
name
of
is Ben Sullivan. I am
Tunsil
26 years
and
old. I'm from New
for a
Hampshire. I
multitude
work
of
here.
reasons,
I do
including
sales, and I live at
tax
416
base,
Rose
adding
Ave,
draft
and I
capital.
am taking
But
a
this guy may
shit.
have to come in.
I am
and compete for a job
taking
there.
shit right here, right now, in this bathroom.
Demetrius Knight Jr. Bengals went linebacker.
I just fucking told you. What else do you want?
Want to know who you are?
Holy shit. I promise. There's nothing interesting about me. I am not special at all.
The Bucks coming up.
To be honest.
I am being honest. I'm not anyone. I am nothing.
With the 49th pick,
I'm not good at anything. I'm not important. I'm not rich. I don't have a girlfriend. No car. No
Demetrius,
social life.
linebacker.
South Carolina had a good defense.
Interests. Hobbies.
South Carolina had a good defense.
This is a team.
I don't fucking do anything. I don't impact anything.
We saw 17th overall. Defensive end
Because-
at Texas A&M. Lamar Stewart. Here we go.
I'm a fucking nobody.
He plays very aggressive.
I mean, I can disagree right now, and the world would just move on.
He one of those old, heavy,
Because I don't matter.
heavy-handed, big body, barrel chested.
So you want to
as they
know
say.
who's in
He
here?
wants to play physical. He wants to
That linebacker would have been good for the Bucks too.
old 1980
No one is in here.
linebacker that could play.
I don't know where to go with this. Cousin of D'Angelo Hall, who one of our brothers that used to get there. But you know what? If it doesn't work out for him on the football field, if there's some pedigree in terms of the pipes there, distant cousins of Gladys Knight and Aretha Franklin. Like you gotta crush it.
No. We can't wait for the rookie show.
Yes.
He's gonna have to sing
Yeah.
and sing in a major way. Don't want to hear that fight song either.
That's a good linebacker. He would have been good for the Bucks too.
Yeah, I like this pick. Really good player, great leader, very tough.
There's been some guys that's been going off the board. Mike Green there, man. Darius Alexander from Toledo, Mike Green. Jack Sawyer.
Burst out the fun while you wait. Or sink into that
Who's in there?
Treat yourself to more than just candy. With Candy Crush Soda, play now.
Amazon kitchen finds under $20.
Probably a lot of people don't realize is that you're a 4.0 student, and there's not many high-end first-round draft picks that have that kind of GPA. So I'm wondering, where does that mindset come from?
Just the mindset of trying to be the best at everything I do. You know, I don't want nobody to do or have a step ahead of me. So I just want to be the best at everything.
These glass seasoning containers come with an expandable spoon and have an airtight lid to lock out any moisture and avoid clumping. Keep your hands clean with this olive and pickle fork. The silicone rings come in two.
Someone's in here. What's up? Someone's in here.
Elijah Arroyo coming up.
Yes, someone is in here. Disappear right now.
Elijah Arroyo to replace Cade Otton.
Move on. Because I don't matter. So you want to know who's in here?
Scatterboo.
No one is in here. No one. Someone's in here.
This mission.
Give me my hat. I've got to look.
Back here on Draft Center, presented by FedEx. Brooks Lancer live by gambling from Seattle Seahawks.
Oh, the Seahawks got Elijah Arroyo, man. Sorry, George Rivera. Seahawks got him. Oh, we would have got him. The Seahawks would have drafted him.
Shit kind of slide, man. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Smooth. This shit sounds like some old school smooth shit, bro. I'm gonna lie to you. I'm fucking with the song, man, bro. It's smooth.
The Caucasity.
Dancing around and shit.
The Seattle Seahawks select. Elijah Arroyo.
Baby, can believe it's you that I can't live without. Let me do the
Elijah Arroyo.
only day
I actually got eyes on him.
I wish I was coming in at number 6. This drink holder folds up for easy storage and it allows you to carry multiple drinks at one time. This is a must-have for your home. This magnetic stud finder helps to find your studs. It has a leveler and a laser. Spring is right around the corner. These incense sticks.
The pass catching tight end, super smooth and fluid. And when you watch the tape, you feel in love with how easy it is.
He fast though. Elijah Royal fast, man.
Stretches the defense, makes big catches in the crowd. And then you see a route runner now. That's not as hard to execute for a big guy. He can get big, and I just
Up
think
here in the
in
top of the
this
screen,
offense
it
that they're
is
kind of moving
Fashionista
as they're trying to help him
That's my
go
handle
setting up
on
for success.
Amazon. It's my number 2 top
Nice deep
Instagram,
shot
all
in
the
the
social
program.
media
So,
platforms.
Yeah, he's a player that as the route extends, he gets harder and harder to cover. It takes him a little while. He's got build-up speed. But at the Senior Bowl, we really saw that teams that tried to, the corners that tried to guard in, safeties that tried to guard him, linebackers, they really struggled as the route unfolded once he got down the field. He is going to be somebody who works the second,
So
third
this is a
level.
completely interactive shopping experience. If you
Like
guys
the
have never
he's got soft sudden hands.
See around.
He is a pass catcher, potentially deluxe.
Florida trains here on round number 2 by Joe Fuller's got the Panthers now officially on the box rate 57.
Oh man, I heard.
You gotta be careful. Sometimes it's shallow.
Hey, post the picture. Post the picture. I did already. Oh, you did?
Bro, this need to be in the 2-man Hall of Fame. This is the 2-man highlight of the year. Did y'all not understand what just went on? I think we need to let's do it. Look, we have our point guard right here. We know damn well.
Oh, the Texans got Nick scoring. All right, the Bucks got a chance. There's a couple guys on the board. Don't mess this up, Tampa.
And then she ruined it. Oh, this is how I know he's a high IQ player. Not only did he realize that this is the matchup that we want, he took a man with it. Now he can run his ice.
Now they get an edge that feel like, okay, this makes more sense.
She instantly asked Pro, does he have a drill? And see, now he can run his ISO, he can blow right past her. That's an easy layup every time. My God, this needs to be in the 2-man playbook. We're going to call this
a lot of attention, like
Hocus Pocus. Anytime I call Hocus Pocus, I am getting double teamed. I need you to come distract one of these
out the backfield.
So I
Watch
can
him
roll
at
my
Purdue, he was a real bully. One-on-one, running people into the bull rush, into the backfield.
Hey, post the picture. Post the picture. I did already. Oh, you did?
He can run out, see the power. He's very clever.
Bro, this need to be in the 2.
All right, here we go. All right, folks, here go Tampa. Come on, Jason Light. No offensive player, buddy. Got the draft defense this time. You ain't got no choice.
Oh, yeah. Cause distraction. And then she ruined it. Oh, my. This is how
No excuses this time. No excuses. Don't mess this up, Jason Light. No excuses, buddy. No excuses. I don't want to hear about no offense, buddy. I don't want to hear it. Yeah, hold on in the chat. Hold on in the chat. Hold on in the chat. Everybody be quiet. Hold on in the chat. Hold off in the chat. Don't say nothing.
This need to be in the 2-man Hall of Fame. This is the 2-man highlight of the year.
No excuses.
I understand what just went on. I think we need history. Let's do it instantly. See, look, we have our point guard right here. We know damn well he can take
Commercial break. We'll be right back after this. These messages. We'll be right back after these messages. We'll be right back after these messages.
This needs to be in the two-man playbook. We're going to call this one Hocus Pocus. Anytime I call Hocus Pocus, I am getting double teamed. I need you to come correct one of these teams.
So behind the Titans in this spot. A lot of teams really like elevation because he's on the ascension.
Post the picture. I did already. Oh, you did?
We'll be right back after these messages. Oh my gosh, they love doing us like this, boy. I swear to God.
And then she ruined it. Oh my. This is how I know he's a high IQ. Not only did he realize.
Oh my gosh, we'll be right back after these messages. Ooh, they always doing us like this, man. Golly, man. They don't like Tampa, bro.
This needs to be in the two-man playbook. We're going to call this one Hocus Pocus. Anytime I call Hocus Pocus, I am getting double teamed. I need you to come correct one of these things so I can run my ice.
We'll be right back after these messages. No, they had what, like 15 straight picks, damn near what? About 4 or 5 straight picks with no commercial break. As soon as they get to the Bucks, commercial break. Come on, man. I'm talking, man. Think about it. It was like 6 straight picks with no commercial break, and all of a sudden get to the Bucks. Oh yeah, we gotta take a break.
There's nothing like a great duo. This needs to be in the two-man playbook. You don't call this Hocus Pocus. Anytime I call Hocus Pocus, I am getting double teamed. I need you to come correct.
Oh man,
Last we think we're going to believe that you have Mr. Lambert's phone.
Post the picture. I did already. Oh, you did? And she ruined it.
Bro, this need to be in the two-man Hall of Fame. This is the two-man.
Hey, we got a cornerback. About freaking time. All right. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, I'm good with that one. I'm good with that. We needed that. We needed that bad, bro. We needed that. I'm good with that pick. That pick made sense to me. Got tired of Jamel, Mr. Glass Dean, Burnt Toast Dean. Y'all, I like that pick. We needed a cornerback, man. Y'all seen that secondary? 30, like ranked bottom 5 in pass defense, man.
This need to be in the two-man Hall of Fame. This is the two-man.
Rubber thumbs. Mr. Glass Dean. Good pick.
We know damn well he can take this ice one-on-one ice. Bring his yapping out the mouth. So what are we gonna do?
All right, 6 foot.
and she ruined
He got ball skills.
This is how I know he's a high IQ player. Not only did he realize that this is the matchup that we want, he took a man with him. Now he can run his eyes.
Coming off the injury, that's the problem.
She instantly asked, bro, does he have a girl? And see, now he can run his ISO, he can flow right past him. That's an easy layup every time. My God, what a beautiful. This needs to be in the two-man playbook. We're going to call this one Hocus Pocus. Anytime I call Hocus Pocus, I am getting double teamed. I need you to come respect me against the so I can run my ISO.
6 foot. Good ball skills.
9 interceptions in 31 games, which stands out. I think he's got a little bit of a stall in terms of passing out, so he'll give up some separation from time to time.
Bro, this need to be in the two-man Hall of Fame. This is the two-man highlight of the year. Did y'all not understand what just went on? I think we need to history. Let's do it history. See, look.
All right.
Right here. We know damn well he can take this ISO, this one-on-one ISO, but he's hitting double teams.
3 surgeries in 4 years.
What are we gonna do?
Hip injury. He can play ball, man. He got good ball skills. He got good upside. If he pans out right, man, he good to go. If he reaches his potential, that's a good pick. If he reaches his max, that's a good pick. But the injuries that it does cause concern. But if they can keep him healthy, man, he'll be straight. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, Jamel Dean had was injury prone coming into the league too. Yeah, Jamel Dean was injury prone when he came in the league.
What's up, Packer Country? Thanks, Commissioner. I also want to introduce Kenya and Marcellus.
Yeah, they were scared of because of the hip injury. That's all. The reason why he went so low, the hip injury. Yeah, Morris he probably would have been a top 35 pick if he was healthy. But the injury history kind of got him. Yeah. A good pick though. We needed a cornerback, but you know, I get it. The injury prone, the injury history, 3 surgeries in 4 years. I mean, and we went through that with Jamel Dean, injury prone, you know. But hopefully we got that, he got that behind him.
I am being honest. I am not anyone. I am nothing.
I like the
I'm not good at anything. I'm not important. I'm not rich. I don't have a girlfriend. No car. No social life.
He's enormous. He's got power. He's got pretty good arm length.
Interests,
It doesn't
hobbies.
measure out long, but feels long on tape. He can really bulldoze as a run blocker, and that's something I think Green Bay is going to want to do, get that run game going. But he has the length and the punch timing is it's a little inconsistent.
If I was the Bucks, I would trade back into the second round.
You're not getting away from it. But you got to be more consistent when it comes to the punch timing.
If I was the Bucks, I would trade back into the second round.
I told you that's what we call a road grader. He is a road grader. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm a little.
So you want to know who's in here?
Oh, yeah.
If I was the Bucks, go get your edge rusher and call it a night. Go get your edge rusher, trade back into the second round, back in the second round. Go get your edge rusher. That's what I would do. This is where you got to get aggressive right here. Go ahead and give up your third and a 6th round pick or a 5th round pick, or third this year and a 4th next year. Come back into the second round. Get your edge rusher. Get your Darius Alexander. Get your Mike Green. Go back into the first round. Get a line, like whatever, linebacker, edge rusher. Just go back into the second round. Just get back into the second round. Get your linebacker or get your edge guy. Be smart, man. Just go back in there. You got Mike Green there. Darius Alexander just sitting there. Jack Sawyer. I thought they could have got Trey Amos.
I thought he was coming out. Watching this year, got a lot better. That's what you want to do. Go back to school, get better. He's a 4.5 40 player, but he doesn't play. He plays faster. He plays like his hair's on fire. I love the urgency and I love the competitiveness. Now it's an easy route tree, relatively speaking, at Ole Miss, but he wins vertically. There you will see a little double move right there. He puts the balls in his hands. He is a really physical player. I love this catch. One of my favorite catches of the year over the top of LSU there. They used the vertical. We're going to see mostly that because no one loves the highlights where you throw a little 2-yard hitch route. But if we do have a hitch route here, you're going to see he's a bully after the catch. I mean, a real physical guy after the catch. But you see right there with the hand usage, he plays a physical.
Yeah, Benjamin Moore is fast.
I think the Chargers are going to enjoy Trey Harris because he can stretch the field vertically, even though he's a 4.5 40 guy. But if it's 3rd and 5 and they play off of him,
Trey Amos was there too. They could have got Trey Amos, but Morrison got speed. Yeah, he's injury prone, but I mean, if he can stay healthy, man, he's good to go.
So LA right now, Mario Hampton with the first pick at 22. So they've worked on this offense now, and Trey Harris has selected for Justin Herbert. Bears back on the clock. Pick is next.
I said I'd never join. Don't live on itself would be too hard.
The silicone rings come in.
So I'm a chemical engineering intern. Yeah, 32.
I am a IT engineer.
How much do you make?
Make $75,000. I'm working as a power systems automation engineer. I make about $75,000.
I'm a biomedical engineer. How much do you make? $78,000 a year.
I'm an electrical engineer.
How much do you make?
$80,000 a year.
I'm a environmental engineer. How much do you make? I make $80,000.
I'm a structural engineer in Florida.
How much do you make currently?
Between 80 and 85. I'm a building engineer.
How much do you make?
Around 90,000. I'm a software engineer.
How much do you make?
Here, there, all over the day.
100,000.
I'm a data engineer.
How much do you make? 115-ish.
I am a cloud
Look like you know what you're doing at GoDaddy.com.
How much do you make doing what you do?
120K.
120K. I'm an engineer. How much do you make? 130.
I'm a software engineer.
How much do you make?
About 130K. I'm a hydraulic engineer.
And how much do you make?
About 130,000.
How much do you make?
3,000.
But if you make Morris in a starter, who is he starting over? Like who is Benjamin Morris starting over? If he's going to be a starter right now. If I was the Bucks, I would trade back into the second round and get the linebacker or pass rusher, or you know what I'm saying, or get a safety. That's what I would do. The talent is there. I don't think you're going to get the guy you really want in the 3rd round. You're too far back in the 3rd round. You might need to trade up to the end of the 2nd round or early 3rd round. He said Fragile Dean. Oh, Mr. Glass, burnt toast Dean.
Fans in Chicago should be loving this. Welcome back to Draft Center presented by FedEx. Bucky Brooks, Lance Erline, and Mike Ham with you. First pick for Chicago, round number 1 was the tight end.
Well, you know, they're not. Well, to me, them drafting Benjamin Morrison, that lets me know that they're not going to re-sign Dean. I don't think they're going to re-sign Dean. This is last season with the Bucks.
I mean, we usually do see
Mr. Glass, burnt toast Dean.
Well, I think we've done a nice job. Luther Burden as first round talent. You gotta love that. Colston Loveland, more help for your quarterback. I'd be happy with what I've done so far. You've done a really good job. We're set up for success. Look, it's going to be on him. All eyes are on him to make that major jump. And it didn't have to be good. And it was the first one for that first season.
Yeah, let's find out exactly if it's going to be someone on that offensive side now with Ben Johnson running the show in Chicago.
To announce the Chicago Bears selection, please welcome WWE Superstar Seth Rollins.
So I'm a chemical engineering intern. Yeah, how much do you make? 32 now.
I am a IT engineer.
How much do you make?
I make $75,000. I'm working as a power systems automation engineer, and I make about $75,000.
I'm a biomedical engineer.
Who is that? Who is that?
$80,000 a year.
Who is that?
How much do you make?
Seth Rollins. Oh, that's Seth. Seth Rollins.
Between 80 and 85. I'm a building engineer.
I know y'all, man.
Software engineer.
How much do you make?
A little bit over.
Looks good on the blue and orange.
I'm a data engineer. How much do you make? 115-ish.
I am a
But in all seriousness, Green Bay,
How much do
we
you
are
make?
in the shadow of Lambeau Field. And I love Lambeau Field.
30.
I'm a software engineer.
Seth Rollins, man, hurry up.
Because the king
I'm a
of
hydraulic
the
engineer.
North,
And how much
the
do you make?
best quarterback in the NFC North, Caleb Williams, is undefeated at Lambeau Field. And in case y'all aren't familiar with my game, let me remind you, I am a visionary. I am
Hurry up, Seth Rollins.
I am Seth freaking Rollins. And I am here to tell you that with the 56th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the greatest franchise in the NFL, the Chicago Bears select Ozzie Tropillo, tackle from Boston College. Let's burn it down and bear down Chicago.
All right, we can move on from Seth freaking Rollins.
You didn't like that?
No, it was good. It was good. I just think, I might be siding with the hometown team, the Packers. Not wanting to hear all that in their own house. Point is, Chicago does have what looks like a guy on their front line that can. It's got some versatility. Most of his playing career at right tackle, but he does have experience at left tackle.
Well, that's what makes this interesting. He's 6'8".
Chicago building them trenches up
He's
too.
generally too tall to bend. He's not a bad bender, but it's hard to get leverage. You're usually not going to be a real good run blocker. Where he stands out is I think he's rock solid in pass protection. The big concern I have here is Darnell Wright is right tackle, and who plays right tackle for the Bears, and I think Ozzie Tropillo is potentially a right tackle only. So obviously Ryan Poles and the Bears and Ben Johnson feel like he might be able to play left tackle, or they have a plan, potentially Braxton Jones is your starting left tackle. I guess Tropillo right now is a swing tackle right now. I don't know what the long-term plan is. Is he going to replace Darnell Wright in the future? Do you think he can play left tackle in the future? That's what I'm a little curious about. But I just think about the musical chairs that Detroit Lions used to play to get ready. I think this is one he probably is going to be good.
Yeah. By the way, Ben Johnson's old spot in the Detroit Lions. That's okay.
I'm a chemical engineer.
I'm Richard, a.k.a. Big Head. I work at the Red House, and I'm black.
Hi, my name is Ray. I'm the owner of Blue Art.
We are honored to have with us the surviving family members of the United States Army Specialist Christopher Kuby, who will announce the selection of the Detroit Lions second-round pick. As a proud soldier
Christopher deployed to Iraq, where he was tragically killed in an IED explosion in July 2007 at age 18. Special Scooby service was marked by numerous awards and decorations, including the Bronze Star Medal and the Purple Heart. Christopher grew up in Michigan and was a lifelong fan of Lions, passionately cheering his home team.
I'm not gonna wait till 84. I know that.
We honor him and thank his family and TAPS, the Tragedy Assistance Program for Survivors, which offers care to those grieving the loss of a military loved one. And now,
So what y'all will give the second round grade?
John and David, who will announce in honor of their brother and son.
The easiest way to upgrade any
Thank you so much. And here we go. The Denver Broncos have traded the 57th pick to Detroit Lions. With the 57th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, Detroit Lions select
Big Brad Rich guard from Georgia.
Kind of had this line by.
Well, I studied. I was studying.
I'm gonna say B plus, A minus.
I was studying Brad Hand. He tends to draft guys from big conferences, Power 5 conferences early on.
A minus.
So actually is an okay athlete. He's a phone booth player. He fits that physicality that Detroit really likes. So he's a very tough player. You're not going to ask him to get in space, do a lot of outside zone blocks. He has very, very strong hands in terms of pass protection, and he sees twists well up front. I thought he was the safest guard in the second round, but probably the best guard prospect in the second round for me, especially when they go here. It's a need for them that they need to fill. So far, Detroit's done a nice job of filling needs.
I mean, yeah, Detroit does a really good job of understanding.
Spring is approaching.
So the only two things in life that you
Detroit went back to the trenches again.
What do you see?
Yeah, B plus, A minus.
Raiders pick is in. You're gonna know it. But if you see, please welcome NFL legend, eight-time All-Pro and member of the 1990s All-Decade Team, Steve Wisniewski.
Ain't got nothing to worry about.
NFL fans here in Green Bay, are you having some fun tonight? You guys are absolutely amazing. And I get the privilege of representing some other amazing fans back in Raider Nation. I was blessed to play 13 years with the silver and black. And the man that used to always make this pick is a Raider legend and NFL Hall of Famer, Willie Brown. And I want to give a shout out to Willie Brown. His tradition in this place was to give a heartfelt appreciation and thanks to all the mothers of the NFL community. It's 2 weeks till Mother's Day, and we always wish them an early Happy Mother's Day. If you're a fan of the NFL, if you're a player in the NFL, if you're a coach in the NFL, you likely had a very supportive, encouraging mom or mom figure that sacrificed to make that dream possible.
So what y'all think?
We have another dream being made. With the 58th pick in the 2025,
I say A minus, B plus.
Las Vegas Raiders select Jack Fish, wide receiver.
Yeah, the big boys, the top level teams, they keep going to the trenches.
Former LSU Tiger Jack Best transferred to TCU. Fantastic at the Senior Bowl. Great route runner, strong hands, catches everything.
A Timu version of Pika Nakua. Yeah, all the big boys, they go in trenches, man. O-line, D-line, it's gonna always come down to that.
love to always
Baker
love
has
to
a
inspire
non-stick
me every
oven
day.
surface and a latch just to keep the sandwich from flipping. You can cook right over the stove top, making the yummiest.
Oh, the Ravens. Let's see what the Ravens do before I get off.
Here it is. So I'll just kind of stop and say, how good is it?
Yeah, how good is this?
What are you doing?
He talked about us on the podcast. He was talking about moving on. Having always wanted to grow up in LA. He was going to have more opportunities going to TCU and having to grind it out to be the number one playmaker. But we talked about the big slot receiver, how the big slot receiver serves.
Here's a little Amazon gadget for my OCD because did you know that one of the most well-known kinds of OCD involves obsession related to organization and symmetry? Yeah, that's it. Here's a little Amazon gadget for my OCD because did you know that one of the most well-known kinds of OCD involves obsession related to organization and symmetry? Yeah, that's it. Here's a little Amazon gadget for my OCD because did you know that one of the most well-known kinds of OCD involves obsession
You
related
know,
to
you're not wowed by the like speed or just this crazy shiftiness, and yet when he gets a small window, it's a wrap because he's so good with his body type at creating space, and holding space, and catching it strong. Love it, huh?
Okay, so this is the world's toughest obstacle course.
My favorite of Amazon finds is this rechargeable charger cord. It charges insanely fast and you can charge more than one device at a time.
For the Raiders.
All right.
Talked about that.
Let's see what the Ravens do.
Nice little toy to play with on the offensive side. The Ravens are on the
Let's see what the Ravens do. Right quick before I get up off of here. I saw the video. I saw the clip of when Jason Light said they're comfortable with the depth at edge. I was like, oh my gosh, bro. That was a weird thing to watch. That was so weird to listen to Jason Light say, oh, our D-line is uncomfortable with that. I'm paraphrasing, but I was just watching that video like, did Jason Light just really say that? I couldn't believe Jason Light fixed his mouth and said that about the D-line, and particularly about the edge. I couldn't believe it. It was so weird to hear Jason Light say that. I was like, what? As a fan, I can't speak for nobody else, but as a fan, I was watching the Bucs D-line. A lot of the times they couldn't get to the quarterback. Is it me or was I the only one that saw that? Because there was a lot of games that the quarterback was just dicing us up on third downs. Unless we blitz, we don't get sacks. If we don't blitz, over 50% of our sacks came from blitz. People mind-boggling, folks. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all like that. He act like our edge rushers are like this high-level skill group. And I'm like, no. If we don't blitz, we don't get sacks.
Back here on Draft Center, presented by FedEx. Baltimore Ravens on the clock.
It was weird to hear him say that.
Time for Draft Buzz. It's presented by Goodyear. Kind of focusing on a couple of these picks from round number 2. All right. I get it. The Niners. All right. Going look out for Collins, defensive tackle out of Texas. And Mason Taylor, he could be weird. I'm just telling you. The one deal sometimes I'm just saying. I know I'm not alone. We're talking about in the division. Jason rolls up in a green and white uniform. That's when you know things get a little funky there. These two dudes, adversaries and now
I like
teammates.
that. I like it. It's been fun in the locker room when they play the big game. It's great.
Marvin Harrison.
They only see. Okay, Hassan Reddick was only signed for 1 year. He's 30 years old. Where you going with him? This is a 1 year rental. And the only reason why he went to the Bucks because Todd Bowles was the head coach. Was the head coach at Temple. If Todd Bowles wasn't our head coach, he wasn't coming to Tampa.
I feel like maybe there's a couple different directions they could go, but I don't know. I feel like always a big step.
So if you think Hassan Reddick fixes all the problems, you're sorely mistaken. You need rotation. I keep telling y'all this.
And I just think it's worked so well for Isaac Newsom and now for Eric.
You need rotation up and down that line.
Well, for me, it's Mike Green. Mike Green's the best player. Mike Green is 17 sacks, 24 tackles for loss. That's just last year, by the way. If you turn on the Ohio State game, it really tells you all you need to know. He can play at a very, very high level. There's some character concerns on him. That's why he is dropped. He is a first-round talent, to be short. And this is a need for the Ravens. Pass rush, they want to get better with the pass rush. So Mike Green is one of those guys that fits. There's some good cornerbacks as well.
Oh, the Ravens got Mike Green. Are you serious? What is going on here, man? Oh my gosh, Malachi Starks and Mike Green. Why does this keep happening?
Best on the board. I would say those are best on the board. And then,
Ozzie Newsome still in the building. Why do the Ravens keep getting the best? Why do they keep doing this, man?
But no, I don't fair. This is a team that had a struggle with that backup quarterback. Cooper Russell got that they brought in.
Why do the Ravens and Eagles just keep doing this? They keep getting away with this. Why do they keep getting away with this? They can't keep getting away with this. They can't keep Eagles and Ravens can't keep getting away with this. This is so unfair. They keep drafting the right guy. For the last several years, they just keep doing it. And we keep letting them get away with it.
Good evening, guys. You may also know me as Wise Farmer Brown. When first at North Carolina, we have founded First Fruits Farm.
Why do they keep getting away with this?
Harvested and donated more than 2 million pounds of food to help with hunger relief.
We didn't get Travis Jones. We should have got him. The Ravens did. We didn't get Mike Green. The Ravens did. What is going on here?
So that no child will go without food. My son JW and I, we have the honor and the privilege of presenting tonight's pick.
They can't keep getting away with this, man.
And with the 59th pick in the 2025
The Ravens just be sitting there and they be like, oh, y'all not going to draft Malachi Starks? We'll take him. Oh, you're not going to take Mike Green? We'll take him. What is going on here?
All right, I'm just going to say it again. The Ravens just find dudes who fall in their lap.
Why can't we just do this? We could have had Malachi Starks and Mike Green. First and second round. We could have had both of those dudes on the team. Immediate impacts right away.
It's going to be playing with a tremendous level of intensity, but he's skilled too. He's not just winning with activity and energy. He wins with skill as well. And that was one of the highlights of the entire season right there. So we got to sit down on.
We could have had Malachi Starks and Mike Green first and second round picks. You talking about grade A picks at the position what we needed.
No, a 6-time. Listen,
by the way, that was Connerly who we saw. We heard his name called.
Yeah.
Going to the Ravens, man.
What stood out to me about Mike Green is when you turn on the Ohio State tape and you think, okay, Marshall versus Ohio State. Wow. He was going against Josh Simmons. He was going against, at times, Donovan Jackson had his hands on him. Mike Green was terrific. And
he cool too. He laid back. He gonna make some noise. He mad because he didn't go in the first round.
And then going back to talk about it's amazing how they always find it. They believe in taking the best play available. They don't get out of whack. They say, look, this is always gonna be a good play. We're just gonna take it.
Stunned heading to Baltimore as we take it back to Green Bay.
I'm stunned.
The Denver Broncos selection. Please welcome NFL legend and University of Wisconsin alum, Monte Ball.
I'm just stunned, man. I'm just stunned. Like they got Malachi Starks and Mike Green.
Oh, baby. It's a blessing to be here, Broncos. Come
So
on, let me hear you.
let me give y'all food for thought about how the Ravens is looking right now.
Wisconsin Badgers, baby.
Nate, go look at the Ravens secondary right now. Go look at the Ravens secondary right now. From the cornerbacks to the slot guy to the nickel to the safeties. Go name them all. Look, just look at the secondary.
The Denver Broncos select R.J. Harvey, running back.
Oh, he's nice. RJ Harvey's nice.
A touchdown machine buck. This is a dude with a school record 48.
RJ Harvey's nice.
Sean Payton said he's gonna find a way to find his running back, and this is
Like both of those guys, you can play right away. You don't got to sit them down. You don't have to do Mike Green like Chris Braswell.
the smaller body type. But it's important that you match the running back with your quarterback. You think about all the work that Bo Nix has done in the spread system.
You don't have to sit Malachi Starks and let him develop. You don't have to sit Mike Green and say, "Oh, we're not going to play you this year." You can play Mike Green and Malachi Starks right away. Even you can put them in the rotation right away. You can put them on the field right now. They're going to be productive.
It's not going to be dynamic, but the speed, one of the things that stands out, so it's a 4-4-4.
Nate, go name the Ravens secondary. Y'all going to be like, the Ravens secondary is stacked.
With the build-up speed, once he gets to the open field, they're probably not.
The defense good. You don't have to wait on Malachi Starks. You don't have to wait on Mike Green. They're going to be in the rotation right away. See, Chris Braswell, I'm not saying he's a bad player, but he's development. Mike Green is an upgrade over Chris Braswell. Right now, I would take Mike Green over Chris Braswell right now. Going into the NFL, going into the league, I'm taking Mike Green over Chris Braswell 10 times out of 10. Trey Amos. So the Redskins, they got Mike Sandersteele last year from Michigan. Now they got Trey Amos. We could have had Malachi Starks and Mike Green. I promise you right now, if we would have drafted, if Jason Light would have got both of those guys, I guarantee you nobody in this chat will be complaining.
Real smooth and fluid. Love the comparison to Davis White. Because when Davis White was coming out of LSU, he also was kind of like that technician. He does his best work when he can put his hands on it. He's a press corner specialist. It's going to be interesting to see how he plays in DC.
Super fluid. He's a really good player. I put him in the first round with Washington in mock 3.0 because, I like his size and athleticism. I thought they'd want to get away from the smaller.
I promise you, if we would have got Malachi Starks in the first round and Mike Green in the second round, nobody would be complaining. Nobody, not a single soul in this chat room would be like, man, we shouldn't have drafted Malachi Starks or Mike Green. We would be super hyped right now. So stop the cap. Stop the cap. We could have got both of those guys. Because if we would have got them, man, I'm good. Benjamin Morrison if he stay healthy, he's gonna be straight. I'm not mad at that pick. That's a good pick for the Bucs. I'm just saying the what ifs, the NFL what ifs. If the Bucs would have just drafted Malachi Starks, or even traded back a little bit and still drafted him, and still they would have still been able to get Mike Green. You would have got two players that would have been playing right away. But for some strange reason, we just do not do that. We don't make the pick that's supposed to be made. I mean, let's be real. The Ravens can't keep getting away with this, man. They can't keep getting away with this. The Ravens, the Eagles, they just can't keep getting away with this. It's not fair, man. Like for the last several years, as Bucs fans, a lot of us have been asking the Bucs, get this guy for the team, and the Bucs they go the opposite way. It's like they don't listen to the fan base at all. Like Malachi Starks right there. Get him. No. We're gonna get a receiver. All right, second round. Pass rush. We're gonna get a cornerback, which is fine. But it's like just get the guy that's right there. Just he's gonna help the team right away. I don't understand, like, how as fans we can sit here and call this out, yet they sit in this room making all this money and just can't see this. But yet the Ravens keep doing it. The Eagles, the Ravens, they just keep doing it. It's not fair, man. It's not fair. It's like, why can't we have just a draft that's just grade A? Just first round pick, second round pick, third round pick. Can we just get one draft that every pick just makes the best sense? Every round, whoever the pick is, was the right pick. And McBool and Benjamin Morris are going to be good players. But I'm just saying, why everything just can't make sense for the Bucs? Why can't they just make sense for one draft? Just every pick just makes sense. Like, wait a minute. It's like, how can as fans we can sit here and call this out, and then we got to sit here and watch the Eagles and Ravens just keep getting the guys falling into their lap. Not a single soul would be complaining about Malachi Starks and Mike Green. Not a single soul will be complaining about Malachi Starks and Mike Green. Say I'm wrong. Say I'm wrong. Say I'm wrong.
Yeah, they committed a lot of capital to the offensive side of the ball. It's okay to go on defense if you want to stop somebody.
Running back and edge are the two positions of need. Best players that you can see the best.
Say I'm wrong.
Jackson right there.
Say I'm wrong. Going into the draft, like after day 2, if we were sitting here right now with Malachi Starks and Mike Green, who would complain about those picks? Who would have complained? Who would have questioned Jason Licht? But here we are. We questioned the pick yesterday. At least half of the fan base. I went on social media and kind of scoured around. Half of the fan base questioned that pick at 19. And then this pick, the pick is a better pick, but people still asking questions about it.
But on a serious note, with the 62nd pick and the 2025 NFL Draft, the Chicago Bears select Shamar Turner, defensive tackle from Texas A&M. Look, I love you, baby.
I love the answer with the fans. These Bears not shy about giving it to the fans in Green Bay. Shamar Turner, though, you guys said, hey, let's roll this ball, man.
We can't just play all offense. We gotta play some defense. Shamar Turner being on the inside, big man on the inside, very aggressive, active. This is a team that before Dennis Allen can heat people up, you got to do it.
How did Mike Green get to the Ravens, man?
Teams to play on your time. Shamar Turner is a guy that can give you some.
Yeah, a lot of D tackles went in the second round. A lot of D linemen come out in the second round, man.
Okay. But Shamar Turner's a great technique, but he's like 290 pounds, 6'3". What really stands out with Shamar Turner?
Shador is going into the third round, fam. Oh my gosh, he might fall to the fourth round. Now he'll get picked at some point. But my gosh, nobody in the second round drafted him, bro. Nobody picking Shedeur Sanders in the second round. Dante Hall done got a little round. One thing about football players, when they start playing football, they put on some weight, don't they?
With the 63rd pick,
They get lazy.
2025 NFL Draft, the Kansas City Chiefs select Omar Norman Lott.
Oh, the Chiefs go D lineman again. See, you keep driving the trenches. I'm telling y'all, man, it just doesn't. You got to keep doing it. Just got to keep doing it. So Jalen Milroe and Shedeur Sanders, who was supposed to go in the first round, not going in the first round. Neither one of them went in the second round. So I wonder if would they even get drafted in the third round?
He's got the ability to get to the edge and play through the edge. Plays with really good leg strength and leverage through the edge of the offensive line. And once he's in the pocket, you're going to see a lot of this. He's just voracious once he gets there. He finds ways to get to the quarterback. Very, very active. Gives you a chance on third downs to win from the interior. That's what it's all about these days. You rush from the outside, the teams that can really have the biggest impact can rush from the inside. Good time player. Plays hard. Love everything he does.
Meanwhile, the Philadelphia Eagles, they are on deck. We'll find out. It looks like the pick is in.
Well, Shedeur Sanders and Jalen Milroe are not going in the second round either. All right, folks. I'm gonna let this last pick in a second. It's the Eagles now. Let's see what the Eagles do, and then I'm gone. Man, Shedeur Sanders made a big mistake by not throwing at the combine, not participating in the Senior Bowl or the East-West Shrine game. He didn't participate at all, man. Like, why he didn't do any of the off seasons, like to prove yourself. He felt like the college tape was enough. Benjamin Morris is good. You just got to stay healthy. He would have been a higher pick if he would have been healthy. But remember, we went through this before with Jamel Dean. We drafted a injury-prone or a cornerback with injury history, and Jamel Dean years ago in 2000. I think it was 18. I think it was 17, 18. Oh, yeah. Oh, 2019.
Our locations, our people. That's what makes us who we are. Live your RV life to the fullest with Great American RV.
So Benjamin Morris, he'll be good as long as he can stay healthy. But man, the Bucs could have had Malachi Starks and Mike Green. But yeah, Shedeur, man, I don't know why he didn't participate at the combine, which was a huge mistake. He didn't participate in the East-West Shrine game, even though he got invited. He didn't go to the Senior Bowl. He got invited. Like, he turned down all these things. He didn't go to the combine. Like, why didn't you get out there and compete? I think a lot of the teams that could have drafted him in the first or second round, they wanted to see him at the combine, go through the drills, go through the throwing drills. They wanted to see him at the East-West Shrine game, play. They wanted to see him at the Senior Bowl competition. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just can't disregard that, man. It's clear to see why he didn't get drafted, man. It's clear to see why he didn't get drafted. It's not because we seen Mac Jones get drafted in the first round. We seen Kenny Pickett go in the first round. Brandon Whedon, Zach Wilson, Daniel Jones, Jackson Dart. All these guys that went in the first round, it's like they're not really, good like that. There's a possibility that Shedeur don't even get drafted.
In round number 2, certainly some this team is loaded on the offensive side. Clearly, they felt like they needed some help on the defensive side of the camp. We'll see exactly where they go in this direction. Here's a little bit of a recap of round number 2 picks so far. So the Eagles, once they get
Let's see what the Eagles do.
final pick in round number 2, who that selection is, we find out in Green Bay.
This has got to be embarrassing for Shador though.
Please welcome NFL legend, Super Bowl 52 champion, and Wisconsin Badger alum, Bo
Bo
Allen.
Allen, he played for the Bucks too.
I'm honored to be here representing.
Did he play for the Bucks? I think he did. I can't remember. He looked like Greg Gaines.
64th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles select Andrew Makuba.
Oh, that's a good pick. That's that safety from Texas. Oh yeah, he actually good. Ball skills.
Came over and played 4 years starter. He could play slot.
Yeah, he was at Clemson. I remember him.
He's best when he's a robber and just can kind of
Ball skills.
Freestyler, but just read the field and go make plays. He's very instinctive. He has really good ball skills. Ran a little faster than I expected at Senior Bowl. He's not a good tackle there, but he's got to be a little more consistent. He comes in hot as a run support tackle. And that's a big deal when you're a safety. You want to be able to do that, but really high football character.
That's a good pick for the Eagles, man.
Sarkisian, he got to learn from a couple of really good programs, good head coaches, high football character. I think it's a good pick for Philadelphia. Just he replaces Chauncey Gardner.
Yeah, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson got replaced. That's who they're replacing him with.
It's the same kind of versatile piece. Same kind of versatile piece. Really good.
Yep, same player as Chauncey Gardner-Johnson.
Big plays and having safeties and proper line allows them to make a ton of plays. He's the guy that could jump in there and start right away. You saw what
That's a starter. He's a starter right away.
you saw what Quinn was able to do. Quinn Mitchell was able to do.
Yeah, he's Andrew Macabua is a starter right away because he's going to replace he's going to be right next to Reed Blankenship.
You guys mentioned it. CJ Gardner-Johnson along with Darius Slay as well. We did bring in the Dory Jackson, but clearly Howie Roseman and this front office felt like, hey, let's go get another versatile piece.
Man, Eagles and Ravens and no joke, man.
I don't want to say that the rich get richer, but because
Yeah, they're going to insert Andrew Macaboo right away, right next to Reed Blankenship. Malachi Stark's going to play right away. Mike Green is going to play right away. The Eagles and Ravens, man. Hand clap. Jason Garrett hand clap. Eagles and Ravens, man. They just keep doing it.
Young lineup.
It does feel like it's an uphill battle for a lot of these teams in the NFC. Eagles clearly sitting at the top, but maybe that
Yeah, good job by the Eagles and Ravens. Bucks did better in the second round. My gosh, man. All right, folks. Buckles Lock about to sign out. Bucks pick 84. I will not be on for that. I'm not waiting around for that. It's 2 hours right on cue. I am out of here. Thank y'all for joining. You know what I'm saying? Second round pick Benjamin Morris, cornerback. A little injury history with some hips and three surgeries in 4 years and injury concerns, but he'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? As long as he can stay healthy. Hopefully he's able to play right away. Hopefully they didn't draft him to basically sit the bench behind Jamel Dean, because if they did, that's kind of like, man, you don't draft guys in the first or second round to sit down. Oh, got a super chat. My bad. Thank God every day. I thank God every day I wasn't a Saints fan. Oh, I know the Saints fans. They actually preferred Shador Sanders.
We know they need quarterback, but they address quarterback, I should say. I like Tyrone Tracy a lot. Singletary and Gray, nice fill-in pieces. You might get it back. You get it back. I don't think they. Feels like they go wide.
Yeah. So.
Wandale contract's coming up on the Robinson.
Just saying. But they got Darius Alexander. Oh, I wanted him for the Bucks. Dang it. I wanted Darius Alexander for the Bucks in the third round, man. Oh, man. Oh, they went D-line again. They got Abdul Carter, Dexter Lawrence, Brian Burns, and now Darius Alexander. Stacking up them trenches, man. Darius Alexander, he's nice, man. That's a good pick for the third round. Toledo, I had him on my radar.
The Johnson said, yeah, all that offense stuff. We haven't won because of our offense ever. It's always been about the defense. When the defense is right, going all the way back to the heyday when I was a kid, when Morris Taylor and all those guys were kind of
Man, I like Darius Alexander, man. And at the senior bowl, he did really good. Oh, that's right. They got Thibodeau too. Jesus Christ.
That might be the formula and the blueprint.
Dog, they got Thibodeau, Brian Burns, Abdul Carter, Dexter Lawrence, not Darius Alexander. Oh my goodness, man.
You gotta stay true to your board, though. I mean, if you don't look, it's not a great year for offensive line. Looking at who's on the board.
All right, folks. Buckles Locker signing out. I'll holler at y'all tomorrow or maybe another day. Signing out. I'm out.